Hello everyone, welcome to Agri Roots. This is our first YouTube video. Here we believe in making complex topics simple and easy to understand for all of you. Since IBPS AFO is around the corner, let's take some time to revisit apiculture. Apiculture is commonly referred to as beekeeping, or we can say it is the maintenance of honeybees in a place called as apiary. The bees again tend to belong to two main families. One is the Apidae family and the other is the Meliponidae family. Under the Apidae family, the bees who are generally domesticated are generally found. These bees, they comprises of sting, whereas Meliponidae family comprise of the stingless bees. They are also referred to as damo bees. And under this category, we have Melipona, Iridipenis and Tetragonella iridipenis. So the honeybees, they are generally divided into two main categories. First is the domesticated and the other is the non-domesticated. Under the domesticated category, we have Apis cerana and Apis mellifera. Under the non-domesticated category, we have Apis dorsata and Apis florea. Apis cerana is generally found at an elevation of about 3,000 feet above the mean sea level and is of 5 mm size, which is generally larger than Apis florea but smaller than Apis mellifera. It is very much prone to swarming, which is a natural method of reproduction found in bees, and prone to absconding, which is the complete desertification of a colony by the bees. It produces about 3 to 4 kg of honey per year. Next we have the Apis mellifera. It is called as the European bee, with its center of origin being in Italy. It produces about 50 to 150 kg of honey per year, which is highest amongst all the bees. It is prone to diseases but less prone to swarming. Next we have the Apis dorsata. It is called as the rock bee. It is the largest in size and makes its comb in open places like in rocks, branches, buildings, etc. It is very much sensitive to smoke and is very difficult to rear. It comes to hills during the time of winters and then migrates back to plains during the time of summer. It produces about 20 to 40 kg of honey per year, which is the second highest after mellifera. Apis florea, it is the smallest bee which produces the sweetest honey. The honey is very much rich in dextrin, which again has some medicinal property associated with it. It produces about 250 gram of honey per year and is the most susceptible to swarming or absconding behavior. So if we have to compile, we can say that Apis mellifera produces about 50 to 150 kg of honey per year. Apis cerana produces 3 to 4 kg of honey per year. Apis dorsata, it generally tends to produce 20 to 40 kg of honey per year, and Apis florea, it generally tends to produce about 250 gram of honey per year. And among these all honeybees, Apis cerana and Apis mellifera, they are the domesticated ones. And Apis dorsata and Apis florea, they are the non-domesticated ones. There are generally three main castes of honeybees. First is the queen. Next are the workers. Next are the drones. If you talk about the queen, there's only one queen in a colony, which is formed from the fertilized egg. It is a fertile female. Workers are about 1,000 in a colony and are formed from fertilized eggs but are sterile females. Drones are about 200 to 300 per colony and are formed from unfertilized eggs and are males. Their only function is to mate with the queen. The size of the queen bee is about 18 to 21 mm. Then we have the drones, 14 to 18 mm, and then we have the workers, 12 to 15 mm. The queen survives for about 4 to 5 years, whereas the workers survive for about 60 days in summers and 200 days in winters. The drones, they tend to survive for about 90 days. The larval duration of workers is 4 days, queen is 5 days, and drones is about 7 days. The queen bee, it generally tends to take 16 days from the egg stage to form into an adult. The worker bee takes about 18 to 22 days, and the drone takes about 24 days to completely develop into an adult. The worker bees, they have wax gland associated with them which are present on the 4th, 5th, 6th and the 7th segment. They have hypopharyngeal glands associated with them which is responsible for the release of royal jelly. They have the ovipositor present at the end of the 7th segment, which comprises of a toxin called as the epitoxin. These wax glands, hypopharyngeal glands and ovipositor are all absent in the drones of the colony. So if we talk about the morphology of honeybees, then honeybee comprises of membranous wings with hamulate coupling mechanism. Under this hamulate coupling, the hindwing comprises of certain hook-like structures in the coastal area, which is referred to as the hamuli. If we talk about the mouth part is of chewing and lapping type, in which mandible, which is the upper jaw, is generally blunt and performs the function of shaping the wax and pollen ingestion. Maxilla and labium, which is the lower jaw and the lower lip, they generally tend to form the maxillo-labial structures, which forms the lapping tongue. Here the labium glossa generally tends to terminate into a spoon-like structure, which is called as the flabellum, which is required to lick the nectar. If we talk about the legs of honeybees, then the legs of honeybees are generally pharyngal type, which is for the purpose of collecting food material. When we talk about the foreleg, it comprises of a structure called as pollen brush. It is generally present in the form of bristles on the basitarsus, which performs the function of collecting pollen from the head and the mouth part, whereas the mid-leg, it comprises of pollen brush, also called as the scopa, and the tibial spur. Pollen brush in the mid-leg, it generally tends to collect pollen from the middle body, whereas the tibial spur, it performs the function of loosening the pellets of pollen from pollen basket and to clean wings and spiracles. If we talk about the hind leg comprises of the pollen basket, that is the corbicula, which carries the pollen, and propolis from field to the hive. Next we have the pollen packer or the pollen press, which is used to load pollen in the pollen basket. Another structure is present which is called as the pollen comb. It is used to collect pollen from middle legs and posterior part of the body of bee. So these are different parts of the pterygial type of leg of honeybees. We all know that the thorax in insects is divided into prothorax, mesothorax, and metathorax. In case of honeybees, this metathorax, it is generally combined with the first abdominal segment to form propodium. This propodium generally is formed by the fusion with metathorax. After this propodium, we have a very thin part which is called as the petiole. It is a thin constriction behind the propodium, and after the petiole, the rest remaining abdominal segments, they are called as the gaster. Next, we are going to talk about the bee products, which are beeswax, royal jelly, and bee venom. Beeswax is secreted from the fourth, fifth, sixth, and the seventh abdominal segments of the worker bees. It comprises of a compound called as myrcene palmitate. Royal jelly is the secretion of hypopharyngeal gland of the worker bees, which is also referred to as the brood food. This secretion is generally used during the time of supersedure, which is a process of replacement of old queen in a colony by a new queen. During this supersedure method, royal jelly is generally fed to the developing larvae in the cells, and among these developing larvae, one generally tends to survive and becomes the new queen of the colony. Next is the bee venom. Bee venom is generally the secretion of the acid glands. It is generally used to cure joint pains and is also used as a substitute for Botox. There is another term called as the bee bread. The pollen and nectar, which is generally collected by a bee, during its visit to a flower, is called bee bread. There is another term, propolis. This propolis, it is generally not secreted by the bees, rather it is generally collected by the bee when it generally tends to move to a flower to collect the pollen and nectar. It is a resinous substance collected by the bees. Last but not the least, we are going to know about Some of the important properties of honey. Honey is a mixture of sugars. It comprises of fructose, which is the highest, 38%, sucrose, which is the least, 2%, glucose, second highest, 31%, and maltose, 7%. It is having a density of 1.36 kilogram, which means it is 36 times denser than water. It has a pH of about 3.524, but the honey which is consumed by us, it is generally alkaline in nature. Dark brown honey is generally preferred for consumption. Honey has a high viscosity, high hygrosity, low surface tension, and low thermal conductivity. Honey generally tends to have a problem of granulation, which depends upon the quantity of monosaccharides in the honey. If the monosaccharides in the honey are more, then there is more granulation, and if the monosaccharides are less, then there is less granulation. These are some of the properties of honey. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. If you liked the video, kindly like, share and subscribe. Thank you.